Hey team, happy Wednesday! I wanted to bring you guys a few tips this week that I've been getting from the personal development that I'm doing. Right now, I'm listening to the audio book of Think and Grow Rich, and it has been life-changing. It's all about that same thing that we've been talking about with the secret and our belief and our thoughts and all of that. So what I wanted to do is I have my notes right here. And I kind of just wanted to go through some of the key points that really stood out to me that I thought maybe would just really help someone today. So the first thing that, well, it talks about a lot, honestly, but the first thing it starts off talking about, this really stood out to me. It says, poverty and riches are the offspring of our thoughts. So we are literally what we think. Our life is literally our thoughts. And it was saying that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's scary. Like, I need to stop thinking all these negative things and doubting myself and thinking that I can never make things happen, because the more I do that, the more of that is going to come into my life. So that just like hit me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's epic. So it says, what you think is what counts, and when you focus on it, you'll get it, like I just said. So focus on the good stuff. Another thing that I wanted to say, where did it go? Oh, based on that is, don't think about losses or failure or how you messed up. Just take failure out of your vocabulary, because the more you think about your losses and your failure, the more you're going to get of those. And we don't want failure in our lives, right? Well, we shouldn't even say, again, let's take failure out of our vocabulary. We don't want any more bad things in our life. We want the good things to come in. And this was just another key thing that stood out to me. No one is ready for something till they believe they can achieve it. So even though you might have all these doubts and you might be afraid, like, how the heck am I ever going to do this? You just have to just believe that you can do it. Believe in the amazing Lord above, that He is going to show you how to do all the things that you need to do, and it will happen. You just have to trust and have faith and believe. And one of the other key things that it talks about with, the times that we are having our losses, or we have a slip up, or we have a road bump, since we're taking failure out of our vocabulary, is that a lot of people quit when they fail because it gets hard. But so many people quit right before their breakthrough is coming, because that's when it always gets the hardest, guys. I can't tell you, I journal every morning during my quiet time, and I go back and read my journals, and I sit there and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I remember journaling, I'm reading when I was journaling for like a week, and I was having, like, mentally, spiritually, like the toughest week ever. I felt like I just wanted to quit. I didn't know what was going on. And then, like, the next week or two, like, something huge happened. So you just have to keep going. So many people quit right before, like I said, right before it's there, or right on top of the gold. There was a story that they shared, and it was about, I don't know all the details, but it was these gold miners back in the day, and like they were drilling or digging or whatever the heck they do when they're looking for gold. And one dude that, like, he became very successful in life because of something else, like another profession that he went in, but he stopped. I think they said like 3 inches or like 3 centimeters or like somewhere so close to the gold. He stopped because it got hard, and he was right there on top of it, and he gave up. So they told that story about him, and he said that he used that as an example in his next career, which I think he was an insurance salesperson, but he reminded himself of that loss that he had. Remember, we're taking failure out of our vocabulary, like they said on the National Coach Call this week. That's where I got that from. We're taking that out of our vocabulary, but he said he used that loss to remind himself when it got hard in his new career to keep pushing and keep moving forward. So the last thing that I wanted to say, that I have been getting from this, is that we have to have a definite goal and a desire and a vision in order to reach something in our life. if we are unclear about what we want, if we don't think about what it's going to feel like, what it's going to look like, if we're unclear about exactly what we want, we're just going to be like running around doing all these things to keep them busy because we don't have any focus and we don't know what we want. So we're just like doing all these things, but it's not getting us any closer to what we actually want. Because if you don't sit down and take the time to think about what you want, how are you ever going to get there? So the thing that they talk about a lot in this book is, like I said, visualizing where you want to go, making it very clear, writing it down. And we talked about this on the team call, and I talked about this in the video last week. But write down exactly what you want, exactly where you want to go. Go somewhere quiet where no one's going to interrupt you and write it all down. Make it very specific. I want you to write down exactly what it is. I want you to write down the date that you want to achieve it by, and I want you to write down exactly what you're going to do to get to that. Whether it's, maybe sacrificing some time or pushing through some fears, you have to have a specific plan in place. Otherwise, you're just going to spin your wheels and keep going. And then I want you to write all that down, like I said, and speak it out loud every single morning and every night before you go to bed. That's what it talks about in this book. That's what we talked about on the team call when Melanie spoke, is about the secret and just repeating out loud exactly what you want and what it's going to take and what you're going to do to get there and when you want to do it by every day. So just to recap, what you think is what you are. So think the good things about yourself. Think about what you want to attract into your life. Don't give up when it gets hard, and be very specific about what you want. Go write those things down. Go write your plan down. Go write the date down that you want to achieve it. Make it very specific. I have mine on a note card that I put on the mirror in my bathroom. I'll show you guys a picture of it when I post this video. And say that thing out loud in the morning and at night. And the more and more you train your brain to focus on those thoughts, then you're going to attract in all of those things that will take you to reach those goals. So I hope this helps you guys, and I will talk to you soon. If you had any really big takeaways from this video, just leave it in the comments below. Bye.